Good evening. Hello to all. Calling all amateur radio operators. Welcome to the Crooked River Amateur Radio Club's Tuesday night VHF net. My name is John. My call sign is Kilo Alpha 8 Golf Kilo Golf. And but for the purpose of this net, I'll be using the club call sign W8CRC. This is an open, directed net. All amateur radio operators are invited and encouraged to check in. All traffic will go through net control, and since emergency traffic may break in at any time, please leave a brief pause between transmissions. The purpose of this net is to bring together all amateur radio operators for the exchange of amateur-related ideas and information, and also to keep club members in the amateur radio public up to date about club meetings and other events, and also to enhance net operating practices, actually. This net meets here every Tuesday at 7 o'clock, 1900 local time. We will start with announcements and then ask for check-ins from any manager or member who has announcements or information of general interest to our net. Once that is complete, I will open it up for the regular check-ins. When checking in, please give your call, repeat it phonetically, followed by your name. And after when all check-ins are completed, I will close the net after repeating the announcements one more time. At this time, I'm going to toss it over to our fearless leader, Pat, N80QP, for any announcements, and I know he's got a bunch. Pat, are you with us tonight?
Yes, sir. Please check in November 8, Oscar, Quebec, Papa.
I've got that done already, Pat. What's the announcements for this week?
Well, we have a few. Tomorrow night, 7:30 at the church will be our pre-field day last meeting up until field day. We are asking if you can possibly, if you're going to attend our field day, especially if you're going to participate in it, please try to come to the meeting tomorrow night. We are going to be talking about anything last minute that comes up. It'll be basically field day oriented. We got to make sure we got shelters lined up and everything like that. And we can use your input if you're planning to be with us on that particular Saturday, which is, let's see, it's the weekend after this coming one. So be ready for that. I think the club as a whole is getting pretty close to it. Let me break for a second. Okay, secondly, we would appreciate it, anybody that has got has sold tickets or whatever, if you at least bring the sold tickets to the meeting so that we can start getting that put together. I'm not sure if Mike's going to be there or not, but I will eventually collect everything and turn it over to his hands. That's all on the field day front. Of course, the drawing is, the tickets are still for sale for $20 a piece or 6 for $100. Right now, it looks like it's the prize money is going to be pretty substantial. I'm not exactly sure what we've got yet, but I'll let everybody know as that goes on. Last thing I have is the 12th of July at 10 a.m. at the church. We're going to do another VE testing session. We ask that you pre-register, which you can do off of the club website, and that's CRARC ham. That's CRARC ham at that is a website. Boy, I'm sorry, I'm brain farting here a little bit. It's at crarcham.org. You can scroll down to the middle of the page and it'll take you in the direction you should be going. Or you can give me a call and I'll get you registered from that direction. I think that's it, John, so I'll turn it back to your very capable hands. Do we have a trivia question tonight, I hope?
Yes, I do. In fact, I've got a good one. I couldn't wait for tonight to drop it on everyone. Real quick, Pat, what time is the meeting tomorrow night at the church on Ardwell, just off of Canton Road in Ellett?
Starts at 7:30. I'm pondering the idea of putting it on Zoom. The link is probably already on the website. If I get any kind of request, we'll probably do it that way. Or I may just record the thing on Zoom and put it on the club website and the Facebook sites. But it does start at 7:30, and it's 2406 Ardwell.
Very good. Thank you for that, Pat. At 7:30 tomorrow evening, the next meeting of Crooked River Amateur Radio Club. And preparing for Field Day, which is coming up real fast. All right. You've waited all week for this, so here it is. The trivia question for this week, and this one, I'll tell you where I got it. I saw it on QRZ, about a month ago, and I thought, I know the answer to that, and I was right, so I thought, I'm going to use it here on the net next time, and that's tonight. And the question goes, in the early days of broadcasting, there was a microphone that was used and placed on a stand, and the microphone element was held in place by springs to isolate it from external shock. Footsteps on the floor, bumping the mic stand, etc. The element, what type of microphone element was that microphone? And your choices are cardioid, omni, carbon, or a ribbon. What type of microphone was used in the early days of broadcasting, suspended by springs on a stand? Cardioid, omni, carbon, or ribbon? All right, I'm going to open up the net at this point for regular check-ins. This is W8CRC, listening for check-ins to the Tuesday evening net. Please come now.
Check me.
Yes, Pat, go ahead.
You dealt with somebody there. Put me down for A, cardioid. Just so happens, I think I've got about maybe 6 or 8 of those microphones like that. They're on a arm stand. And it'll keep me back to that. Thanks. We'll be listening.
Okay, I've got you down for cardioid. All right, listening for check-ins. Please come now. This is W8CRC.
KAA-BSA.
KAA-BSA. Anyone else? All right, Keith, I guess the repeater is yours. KA8BSA, go right ahead.
Well, thank you for that, but I don't think it's yours to give away. Hi. Mike might have something to say about that, or it might be a blessing in disguise for him. Looking forward to field day. Just went up, got a little bit of coax, since I'll be running a second antenna. Being a vertical, I've been working on putting it together this week. I got to start doing the tuning it in. Let me get one. My answer for the trivia question is I remember going through this in school, and I'm going to say Delta. It's been, let's see, I graduated from high school in '84, so it's been a few years. I took electronics at Garfield, and so I'm going to stick with D. And like I said, looking forward to 2 weekends from now.
All right, Keith, you say D. Are you saying ribbon?
Roger.
Okay, I didn't know you went to Garfield. I took electronics at Garfield too, back in up until 1970. I was almost 30 years old and they threw me out of school, so I'm just kidding. All right, I have you down for D. Thank you for your check-in and your comment. This is W8CRC with a weekly Crooked River Amateur Radio Club net. Please come now for additional check-ins.
Foxtrot 8, Charlie Yankee, Bob.
All right, Bob, KF8CCY, good evening. Welcome to the net. What's going on with you this week?
No, same old, not much, just hanging around trying to stay out of trouble. Was wondering if we had a net last night because I was on the radio waiting for it and never heard anything, so I don't know if Elmer was sick or what. But other than that, like I say, same old. And I'm going to go for trivia. I'm going to say ribbon D. KF8CCY, back to net.
All right, Bob, I push you down for D Delta. Very good. You mean the net last night. Last week, and the repeater was not working at 7. And I came out here and turned the radio on, and all I could hear was crickets and no repeater, so I turned it off. Apparently, Pat got the repeater, I guess, came on a few minutes later, and he had quite a few check-ins considering a late start. So, all right, I haven't heard anything about last night's net, but okay. Bob, thanks. Have a good evening, and I'll be giving the question or the answer to the trivia at the end of the net. So, hang around. This is W8CRC listening for any additional check-ins to our Tuesday evening net. Please come now.
Okay, give me a recheck here.
I don't hear anybody. Right now I have 3 check-ins. Looks like it's going to be an early night. Well, I had a pleasant surprise on the 1st of June. A friend of mine called me and said, hey, there's an antenna here. If you want it, all you got to do is go pick it up in Rootstown. So this was 2 weeks ago. So I called the guy on the telephone, and we set up a time. And Tuesday, I went out and picked up an MFJ cobweb antenna, which was already taken down, dismantled very neatly. All the pieces were separated out very neatly and very nice. So I have a brand new to me, in very good condition MFJ cobweb antenna that covers 40 through 6 meters. And I'm looking forward to getting that in the air sooner than later. So I can't wait to put that on 40 and 20 and see what it'll do for me. And I can get on 6 and check on 50.4. I think that's the net frequency up there. So that's the big news from here. Otherwise, it's not been doing much here at my location. Usually on the air in the evenings after 9 o'clock until whenever, 1 or 2 or midnight. I don't know, but I'm not too much DX that I haven't heard in the evenings. Oh, I did have some last night on 40. Not any too much on 20. This is W8CRC and the Crooked River Amateur Radio Club Tuesday night net, and looking for check-ins. Any check-ins, please come now.
November 8 Zulu Romeo Papa Brad Norton.
Brad, good evening and welcome to the net. Go ahead.
I missed the early part. I just jumped on. I've been working on problems in the house here, so didn't get the trivia question. Could you repeat it?
I would be happy to. And thank you for checking in. In the early days of broadcasting, there was a microphone that was used predominantly. The element of the microphone was suspended on the stand with springs to isolate it from external shocks and vibration. What type of microphone element was used in that microphone? A, cardioid, B, omni, C, carbon, and D, ribbon. Any idea, Brad?
Not really. I guess I'll go for alpha. What the heck? Not much going on here today, though. It's been rainy and working all day, and it's too humid to go outside to do anything. So that's about it for me. So, and EZRP back to that.
All right, Brad. I have you down for A alpha. Thanks for taking the time to check in. Always good to hear from you. Yeah, it's humid out there, and it was, well, I think it's raining here right now, or just drizzling. A lot of humidity, a lot of drizzle, and spotty showers. Hey, but it's June. It feels just right. Warm, humid, and no complaints for me. As long as it stays warm, I don't care. This is W8CRC with a Tuesday evening net, Crooked River Amateur Radio Club net, listening for additional check-ins.
W8CTM, Carrie at Portage Lakes.
Good evening, Carrie. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, it's all right. I fell out today and got banged up pretty good. I was, the first time in my life I ever was sleepwalking. And it was in the morning, and all I had on was a pair of underwear, and I was walking on the street and fell and didn't even know I fell, and got up, and I'm all bloody. Then I finally decided I was in front of my neighbor's house, so I walked back home real quickly, but that's how my week went, and who knows?
That's a good one. So you were really sleepwalking, right? You're serious?
I didn't even know, and I had to look at my Ring doorbell, and I was out there about 12, 14 minutes, and it got me walking out and walking back, and I'm in my underwear with no shoes on, and yeah, I was actually sleepwalking, and I don't know what caused that, but I'm definitely going to try to find out.
Oh, that is just that's priceless. Did you share that on the barometer net this morning?
Yeah, I told Gary. Gary is on the net, and I let everybody know.
Well, that's a good story for check-in on the net. I listen to the barometer net. I turn it on. It's 7:15 whenever I wake up, and I'll lie there and listen to it and go back to sleep. It keeps me company in the morning. And but I guess I didn't hear that when you came on. Well, that is a priceless story. That's one for the books. And I hope you got your scratches and scrapes bandaged and bleeding quits, and those heal quickly. And that's something you can laugh about for years to come. Do you have an answer for the trivia tonight, Kerry?
Yes, I'm going to say C carbon, and I have no idea, but C carbon.
Okay, I've got you down for C carbon. Very good. Anything else tonight, and then we'll move along. If you've got any more announcements, maybe you've got a prediction you're going to do it again tonight. What do you think?
God, I hope not. No, I don't want to ever go through that again. I got pretty beat up. My face is all scraped up. My nose is all red and my hands are swollen up, and my knees are all scraped up, but I'll survive. And I guess I'm lucky. I didn't know I did it till after it was over with. So I guess that's, I don't know what's going on. Being an old man, I guess.
Yeah, you've got an excuse. You can do that kind of stuff and get away with it. You're over 60, I would guess. So I guess you could qualify. That's not that old though. But all right. Well, have a great rest of your week, and thanks for checking in with us tonight. I have you down for C. Charlie, and if you have any more interesting stories, I'll be listening for them either on here or on the barometer net in the morning. Take care, Carrie. Have a good evening, and we'll talk again soon. This is W8CRC with the Crooked River Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net, listening for check-ins.
November 8, Yankee Romeo X-ray.
Delta Golf Delta, Bill in Macedonia.
All right, I have N8YRX and Delta 8 Golf Delta. Did I copy that right? All right, Buck, I'm going to go to you first, N8YRX. Take it away, Buck.
Bill in Macedonia. Good evening.
Thank you. I'll come back to you after we bring in Buck here. N8YRX, please go ahead.
Okay. Well, hey, John. Haven't talked to you on this one for quite a while, if I have at all. But good to hear you in here doing the net. Not much to report here, except I did something today that I never do. My wife is sick, so I needed to do some yard work today, and I normally do the trim on the lawn for her. She rides the tractor all the time. She loves doing that, and she gets the main part of it. But since she's under the weather, and I thought there was going to be some rain coming today, I wanted to get that out of the way as well. So I sat down on that tractor today, and it's the first time I've ever used the doggone thing, so I had to study it for a while to make sure I didn't run it off the hill or something. But anyway, I actually got through it, and my timing was just about right, too. I just missed a little of the cleanup because the rains hit here for a while as I was cleaning things up. But anyway, I had my first ride on the tractor today, and all went well. So that's all I got for you, John. Back to you. N8YRX.
Very good, Buck. Well, I'm going to tell you, you're making a very good copy into the repeater tonight, better than on the other band. Just so you know, no, you're not full quieting into the repeater, but very good copy. Well, very good on mowing the lawn. Yeah, it's nice to get it done before it rains. It's no fun to be mowing wet grass. That's a good excuse I have. Well, it's too wet. I gotta wait till tomorrow and let it dry out. And then if it rains again, oh well, I guess I'll have to wait till the day after. It'll dry out at some point. Anyway, congratulations on that tractor. Do you have an answer for the trivia tonight, Buck?
I think I'm going to go with C on that. I was taking it that it was a much older microphone, and I believe they did have carbon elements a long time ago, and I think if you actually shocked or dropped those mics, that they could actually, you could see some carbon strip off of them, if I'm remembering that right. But I don't really know, but I'll go with C on that. And just one note, I'm better into the repeater here than I am the other one we talk on, because the antenna is higher on that tower, I believe, for this. I think that's the reason why I'm doing better. So anyway, back to you.
All right, Buck, thanks for checking in. It's good to hear from you, as always. I hope to talk with you again on the other repeater sometime very soon. At 8YRX from W8CRC, and we're going over to, the Macedonia station. I'm sorry, sir. I wrote your call sign down, and I can't read my own writing, so you know who you are. Go right ahead, please. Join the net. Come on in now.
Yes, this is Kilo Foxtrot 8, Delta Golf Delta Bill in Macedonia. Good evening to you. I just had the radio turned on and I caught you guys. So, glad I was able to get in.
All right, Bill. Well, you got in. You're good. You're fine copy over here into the repeater. So, very good from Macedonia. That's pretty good. Thanks for checking in. Anything to tell us about? And do you have an answer for the trivia?
No, not much going on. Like I said, I just was on my way home from getting gas and just happened to pull my driveway, just checking frequencies, and heard you guys. Glad you're out here. I didn't really hear the trivia question. If you don't mind giving it to me again.
No, I don't mind. And the question is, in the early days of broadcasting, there was a very common microphone that was used. It was suspended on the stand with springs to isolate the element from external vibrations and shocks. What type of element was that microphone? A, cardioid, B, omni, C, carbon, or D, a ribbon?
I'm going to take a guess and go with C. C, Charlie.
All right, Bill from Macedonia. I have you down for C, Charlie. Well, thank you for taking the time to stop in tonight and say hello. Please join us again next week. Until then, 73, and have a great week. This is W8CRC, listening for check-ins to the Crooked River Amateur Radio Club. Tuesday night VHF net. Additional check-ins. Please come now.
Copy 0, Echo 8, Uniform India Bravo KE8 UIB, John in Massillon.
All right, I have KE8 UIB in Massillon, and I heard somebody doubled with you, and I didn't get the other station, the one that doubled. What's your call, please?
That was recheck KBSA.
All right, go ahead, Keith. Well, let me pick up John here, and then I'll come back to you with your recheck, if you've got a minute. I think you probably do. KE8 UIB. John, go ahead.
W8CRC from KE8 UIB. Good evening, Net, and everybody out there. Just want to jump on, say hello tonight, and doing my Tuesday night net routine and stuff. And anytime I can get in between the nets to hit you guys up and give you one for the numbers, trying to get that in there. So with that, I just want to jump in and say hello, and thanks for having me for a quick second. I did not hear the trivia question, but put me down for B Bravo. I'll just take a random guess. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right, guys? And with that, this is KE8 UIB. I'm going to hand this back over to Net Control. Thanks for having me, you guys. 7-3, y'all.
All right, John, thanks for dropping in and saying hello tonight. Please join us again next week. Always good to hear from you. Go over to Keith, KAABSA, for a recheck. Keith, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, John. I was sitting here thinking about the trivia question, and then it dawned on me my answer was wrong. I remember Mr. Canis talking about Charlie microphones, and if I remember right, he said something about if you drop them, you actually ruin them because the carbon breaks. All right, back to you, KABSA.
All right, so you're saying you're going to go with C instead, right?
Correctamundo.
All right, I've got you down for C, Charlie. Yeah, Mr. Canis, I really enjoyed. I had Mr. Canis in my senior year. He was a riot. And I had Mr. Yoho in my the sophomore junior year. And I liked him. He was a good man. But Canis was crazy. I liked that. That was funny. Fun. I really enjoyed electronics class. I think about it frequently, even 55 years later. So, thank you for your recheck. This is W8CRC, listening for additional check-ins to our Tuesday evening net check-ins. Please come now. Well, not hearing anything at this point. I am going to hand it over to Pat to repeat any announcements. He's got a couple of announcements, and some of you joined us late. If you're still listening, you may be interested. Pat, and AOQP, fill us in with the announcements one more time, and then I'll listen for some check-ins, and if nothing, we'll give the answer to the trivia. Go ahead, Pat.
This is an 8OQP. I got a couple of comments I want to make first. Carrie, you just proved that what my mother used to tell me all the time. Always wear clean underwear. I swear I got to record this net. I got to get a recording of this. Anyway, down to the announcements again. We have a meeting coming up tomorrow night at 7:30 at the church. 2406 Hardwell Avenue, or Hardwell in East Akron. Meeting starts at 7:30. If anybody would like it on Zoom, please let me know some way or the other, and I'll do my best to get it on there. Otherwise, I think we're just going to record it off of Zoom. So, let's see what the other one was. Oh, the tickets are still available for the 50-50 drawing that's happening. The drawing will actually be June 28th after the field day site. We will be at the field day site, actually, Woodridge Middle School. It's 4451 Quick Road in Cuyahoga Falls there now. We're going to probably start out there about 9:30 in the morning, and we'll be there through the day and the night. So everybody's welcome to stop out. You'll still should be able to buy tickets there too if you want to go that route. Let's see. The third and last thing I got is we do have a VE testing session coming up the 12th of July. That'll be at 10 o'clock at the church. And I think that's everything. I'll turn it back to Ned. And QP.
All right, Pat, thank you for that. At 80QP, this is W8CRC, and listening for check-ins to our Tuesday evening net. Last call for check-ins, W8CRC, listening.
John, this is W8CTM, and I wanted to tell you I'm 76, not 60. Have a good evening, buddy.
Oh, my goodness, you don't look it. I thought, I was going to say 65 maybe, but I didn't want to push it. Well, congratulations. You've got me by over 3 years, actually. I'll be 73 in September. But don't tell anybody. I still think I'm 14. My wife will tell you, no, 7 or 8. But 14. I think 14 was a good year. Well, congratulations. Happy birthday. If I don't see you on your birthday. All right. No additional. I haven't heard any additional check-ins. For the record. Keith and Pat, I did add Ted to the count, KB8PRK. He was unable to join us this evening, but I could hear him in the background. Check me in, so I put him on the roster. So I'm going to close the net at it's 7:37 with 10 check-ins, counting myself, and so that's not too bad, I guess, for a Tuesday evening. All right, now you've all been sitting on the edge of your seat waiting for the answer to the trivia. So here it is. The microphone element that was used predominantly in broadcasting in the very early days of broadcasting. Was it a cardioid? Was it an omnidirectional mic? Was it a carbon mic? Or was it a ribbon mic? And the answer is carbon. Carbon was a very popular microphone back in the 1960s, but even into the 70s in our telephones. And I remember this because I used to take the telephone apart when I was a kid to see what was in. I'd take the caps off to see what was in there. And it was a carbon element in the telephone. And I thought, I was about 12, 13, so I know how this works. I got it. You pass a DC voltage through it, and when you speak into it, the resistance changes, causes a changing voltage drop, and there's your audio frequency. So carbon is the answer to that. 4 people actually got it, 5 counting me. I got it right tonight. So 4 counting me. I got it right. And I got that question from QRZ. And one more thing. I used it because I looked at it and I knew what the answer was and I was right. If I have to look up the answer, I'm not going to drop it on here on net. But if it's something I know, probably everybody else does too. So, okay, thanks to everyone who took the time to check into our net this evening. Without you, we would not have a net, and Pat would be sitting here, and Keith would have turned me off by now, listening to me chatter on about nothing. So thank you all for keeping me company tonight, and we'll do it again next Tuesday at 1900 hours local time. So this is W8CRC turning the frequency back to normal and customary amateur radio use where you can call CQ. Good night, everyone. Have a great week. KAAG-KG.
Great job, John. Have a good afternoon or good evening, sir. And trivia question was top notch as we have grown to expect from you. I did want to make one comment here before everybody leaves. The reason that there was no net last night was because Elmer had some problems in the background going on, and he had called me about 5 minutes to 8, and there was no way I could get over to do it. So that's why the net wasn't there. It will return next week. At 8OQP.
Pat, if you would help us out here, I heard there was some kind of a net, but I am not familiar with the net. Could you bring us all up to date on how that works, and is it on this frequency, and how does it work? Because I have no idea.
It starts out on this frequency. Once he gets a big enough following to it, it will probably go to some simplex and then some stuff on HF and that. It's still in the development stages. He's calling it the grid down radio net, and it's more or less to just have a place for you to be able to check out your radios and see if you can, he'll give a scenario like a weather event or something like that, and the repeater's down. You check to see. He'll tell you to go to 147.550 or something like that, and see if you can make the contact there. It's kind of involved. It's a pretty interesting concept he's got.
Okay, that's Monday. Is that 7 o'clock?
No, 9.
Okay, 9 o'clock Mondays on this frequency, on this repeater. Is that correct? It's duplex on the repeater?
Sir, to start with.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Pat. Talk to you later. Have a great evening. KAAG-KG. I'll be clear.
Thanks, Sean. Have a good evening, sir. Carrie, you still here? I gotta harass you.
Did you really expect him to say, yeah, I'm still here, go ahead and harass me?
CTM, are you listening? I'll give it this much. That was probably the strangest net check-in that I think in all my days of doing a net that I've ever heard.
Yeah, well, you know my comment on that.
That was a good one. That's priceless.
Well, it's like your mother always told you, always wear clean underwear.
In his case, it may have been clean to start, but not ended.
Well, at least he's all right, so that's the big thing.
Yeah, this is very true. Worse could have happened, yes, but at least he's all right.
Mr. Keith, I It'll be there tomorrow night.
Sweet. Yeah, I might bring this battery along.
Also got T-shirts done.
Oh, double sweet.
$10.
I bring my $10 so you won't holla.
Okay, KF8CCY clear. 73s.
Catch you, Bob. I need OQP.
Alright, likewise here. It's Taco Tuesday. So I am going to go up and make some magic on the stove.
Alright, Keith, I'm gonna probably mosey over there and watch TV. Something like that. We'll catch you. Y'all have a good evening. I need OQP.
Alright, I'm going to make the official into the net 7:45. And like he said, 10 check-ins, I concur. And it's a net logger. So catch y'all later, KABSA.